Come in, have a seat. Please do come in, have a seat.
I'm not afraid of it, it's the travel. It's the travel.
Oh, folks, just round here. Oh, right, you're not coming to watch the show? Okay, no problem. You got a free show? Is that it, Liam? Oh, it's got Courtney, it's going to go very dark in a moment.
Oui, chef.
Come along with me, Thomas the Rhymer. Hop and come along with me, Thomas the Rhymer. Thomas at some hungry bank, and he beheld a lady gay, a lady that was brisk and bold, come riding o'er the ferny brae. Her skirt was of the grass green silk, the velvet fine, at every lock of a horse's mane, on 50 silver bells and 9. Harp and come along with me, Thomas the Rhymer. True Thomas, he took off his hat and bent it low down to the knee. Oh, hail the mighty Queen of Heaven, your like on earth I ne'er did see. Oh no, True Thomas, she said, nothing does not belong to me. I am the Queen of Fair Elfland, and I have come to visit thee. But you must come with me, Thomas. True Thomas, you must come with me, for you must serve me 7 years through well as chance may be. Harp and come along with me, Thomas the Rhymer. The Ballad of Thomas the Rhymer, one moment, tells the tale of a minstrel who disappeared for 7 years when he was taken away to the land of Faerie. Tim Love.
Hiya.
Hiya, what can you tell us about Thomas the Rhymer?
Thomas the Rhymer?
Yeah, Thomas.
Right. Okay, well, I mean, you've got the 1974 song, which is it's you know, stylised bad, it's really good and everything, but that comes, right, from an earlier child ballad, not a ballad by a child, no, ballads collected in the late 19th century by a fella called Francis James Child, right, and those were the child ballads, and I think it's number 37 of the child ballads, right? So you've got Thomas Brown, the child ballad, and that came from apparently a ballad that was about 1700s, yeah, and that came from an earlier 1400s late medieval romance, right? And before that, apparently, Thomas the Rhymer was a real guy. He was actually a proper person. It's called Thomas D. Usidlandy or something. Anyways, he's in the borders of Scotland, right? And he was known as True Thomas because he never told a lie, right? And the story of Thomas the Rhymer, the ballad of Thomas the Rhymer, right, tells how True Thomas gained his powers of prophecy, supposedly, right? Because what happened was, right, Thomas was sat on a bank, he was having a rest, and he saw this amazingly beautiful woman, right? She, I mean, stunningly glorious and everything. She was wearing green, which we all know what green means, we should know about green.
The distinctive traditional dress of minstrels was often considered a sign of their outsider status. Fools and legendary fairies, troubadours, had traditionally worn costumes of yellow and green, complemented by red cloaks. The costume of the fool was traditionally of a variegated yellow and green. Fairies typically dress in yellow, red and green. The association of green with fae recalls traditional prohibitions on wearing green for particular people, such as babies and wedding guests, and further brings to mind the use of the word fae to mean a sense of something being fated and unworldly or simply strange, and thence to men to imply homosexuality or some sort of gender variance.
Anyway, she's wearing green, right, and she's absolutely amazing, and he thinks she's the Queen of Heaven, the Virgin Mary, right? So what he does, right, he bows down and says, "Oh, hail, Queen of Heaven, you wonderful creature." She says, "No, right, no, right, no. I am the Queen of Elfland." Yeah, like we would call it Fairyland, right? Yeah, so anyway, she's the Queen of Elfland, and she's actually come to visit Thomas, and she's come to make him work for her. She says, "You must work for me for 7 years."
What did she do to you, Thomas? Did she make you her slave? Did she force you to play all night and all day, and then dismiss you with a wave? What did she give to you, Thomas? Was it her love or her domination? Did she allow you to sit and worship her feet? Did you give her the gift of submission?
So, what I want to know, I have 2 questions. Right. Number 1, what did the Queen see in Thomas?
What did you learn, True Thomas? Were you true to your mistress's whims? Did you sing songs to please her, promise ever to be there? Did you soothe her with the sound of your strings?
Was he such a great poet? Was he such a great minstrel and musician? Or was there something in him that would make him suitable for Elfland? Was he, maybe, a bit fairy?
For Gloria doth know that in the journal you carry thereof, then your ogles shall be opened, and you shall become as glorious.
And the second question, number two, the second question, is when the Queen said, "You must serve me 7 years," why didn't he ask? She says, "You must serve me 7 years through well or woe, as chance may be," and he just goes, "Okay," and jumps on the horse. He doesn't say bye-bye to his family, he doesn't ask where he's going, he doesn't ask what the pay is, anything. It's literally, boom, boom, I'm on there.
Did she make you cry, true Thomas? Weep into your songs and her lap? Did she break you apart, take out your heart and laugh when she gave it you back? Did she ever hurt you, Thomas? Break your heart and your balls too? Did she make you do what you won't admit to? Did she bring out the real you?
The lady says you're going, and you're going.
Fendel. We've just gone to all that time and trouble to turn a 7-minute exposition sequence into something interesting to look at. And the best we got to show for it is bloody Fendel. It's not like I actually want to be dominated. I don't think. I mean, I quite like that look, you know, that Morticia Adams, Servalan kind of thing, but I don't actually want to be dominated. I don't think I want to. What do you think? Yeah. I should give it a try.
Yeah, probably.
Thank you. Good. Yeah, try anything once. Good advice. Was that an offer? Sorry, just checking. I'll get back to the script. There's got to be more to querying this text, like a proper academic, than just Fendel. Tim said maybe that Thomas is a bit fairy. Maybe the minstrel is a bit fairy. Maybe the minstrel is the archetype of multiplicitous fluidity, who embodies all the other archetypes through his songs and stories. What about finding self-identity through that multiplicity and fluidity instead of his fighting? You know, that wanky academics. And the Queen! What about the Queen? She doesn't just have to be a person. She could be a symbol. She could be the call. You know, that almost irresistible urge to authentic self-expression in a mundane, conformist world of shallow normativity. She could take him to Club Lash. Or a night in Canal Street and let his hair down, possibly his trousers. Talking of which, there's a weird moralistic kind of overlay on this ballad. There's a churchy, preachy bit, and it feels proper nailed on. What happens is, Thomas gets on the horse and they ride for 40 days and 40 nights through red blood to the knee, which sounds pretty revolting to me, And they can't see the sun, they can't see the moon, but they can hear the roaring of the sea. And then they get to a bit of a garden, and they have a little picnic. And the Queen shows Thomas 3 roads. Have a listen to this, see what you think.
And some say
Not
that
yet.
his 7 years
Not
in
yet,
the
thank you,
land
not yet. No, don't want that bit yet. Oh, see ye know yon narrow road, so thick beset with thorns and briars, that is the path of righteousness, though after it but few enquires. And see ye know that broad, broad road that lies across yon lily leven, that is the path of wickedness, though some call it the road to heaven. And see ye know that bonny road which winds about the ferny brae, that is the road to fair elf land, where you and I this night mun gae. Actually, I quite like that. You've got the difficult road to heaven and the easy road to hell, and in between the bonny road to Elfland. Fairy. Social acceptability, complete social unacceptability, and somewhere in the middle, queer, liminal. I've got to think about this.
and some say that his 7 years in the land of fairy were like 3 days to him, which is rather nice. It's a nice theme, isn't it? It's a theme that appears in lots and lots and lots of different places.
The jaggering Omi has in her littles the power to take a molly to another wow, to Aunt Nell her cackle, is to Varda a path to the glorious.
Mythological language composes in images what conceptual language states in sentences.
Oh, come on, we all know that.
Where's all your fame now, True Thomas? The Queen has taken your heart. You gave up a life of leisure for one at her pleasure, making poems so you'd never part. What did you wear, True Thomas? Silks of the finest of green. Did she brighten your eyes, your cheeks, and your smile? Did she paint you and call you her queen?
Queer theory, as a whole, has been criticised for its lack of a clear reference point from which to base queering arguments. And thus it is often defined in negative terms, such as analysis outside a heteronormative framework, or a theory that destabilizes normative assumptions among gender, sexuality, bodies, and desire. In this case, the standard assumptions in modern Western society that a story, character, or person would fit the obligatory form of reproductive heterosexuality,
But I've done that too.
unless explicitly stated otherwise.
Okay.
Aunt Nell to the screech within, and you shall be fantabulosa.
Did you dance with the fairies, Thomas?
Oh.
Merging your sweat and their skin? Did you wake aching and sore, but still wanting more? Did you wonder if it was a sin?
Right. Now, I'm getting it now. So what we're saying is that all this academic stuff is all very well, but to really understand something, you need to experience it. Understanding through the body. Maybe I should go to gay clubs and keep nights. Like Sam said, dance with the fairies. Hey, Tomsky! Sorry, Namaste Guruji. You like to dance? Want to come with me, dance with the fairies?
Whilst his mother's womb contained the growing ball, even then the sky was waiting quiet and pale. Naked, young, immensely marvellous, like Baal loved it when he came to us. Any vice for Baal has got its useful side. It's the men who practice it he can't abide. Vices have their point once you see it as such. Stick to two, for one will be too much. Slackness, softness are the sort of things to shun. Nothing can be harder than the quest for fun. Lots of strength is needed and experience too. Swollen bellies can embarrass you. Aren't there gloomy stars in this poor vale of tears? Baal will graze the basket till it disappears. Once it's been digested to the forest deep, Baal just singing for a well-earned sleep. Baal can stop the vultures in the stormy skies as they wait up there to see if Baal will die. Sometimes Baal pretends he's dead, the vultures swoop. Baal in silence guides all vultures swoop. And when the darkness drags him down to its prize, what's the worst to meet a Baal? He's overfed. So much sky lurking still behind his eyes. he'll just have enough sky when he's dead. When the earth's dark womb engulfed the rotting pile, even then the sky was waiting quiet and pale, naked, young, immensely marvellous, like Baal loved it when he lived with us. Just a bloody minute.
Is that what I really want? Let's lay that down. Is that what I really want from my queer identity? To be some ridiculous Byronic anti-hero? Permanently pissed, or worse. Shagging anything that frankly keeps still for long enough. And eventually, dying alone and lonely, a victim of my own debaucheries. Who fucking who?
Sounds alright to me.
Oh, you can shitty face your lech. Oh, it's not exactly spiritual transcendence, is it? Fina, help us out, love.
When we refuse to consider the value of knowledge that is rooted in the body, the psyche, in paralogical experience, we fail to challenge colonialist, post-Renaissance, Euro-Western conceptions of reality.
Be you, therefore, absolutely fantabulosa, even as your auntie, which is in heaven, is absolutely fantabulosa.
Guys, I'm not sure that's helping.
And now she's abandoned you, Thomas. 7 years like a day have flown. She's thrown you out of her home, and now you're alone and pining for all that has gone. Be normal again, true Thomas, though you're too queer for a human life. Keep secret your fears for another 7 years. Hide them from your kids, from your wife.
Oh, no. I don't hide anything from my wife. Even if I wanted to, she'd notice. I think it's possibly more to do with what I've hidden from myself as I've got older. Or maybe just plain forgotten in 30-odd years of being a husband and father. Can I take all these bits of me and mash them into one big, fluid me?
This is what the Mollies call the true BB, and it is, they cackle, compact of all the BBs we have in us to be, lilied and lighted in flowery by the Captain BB.
So the captain self could be this bisexual, gender non-conforming minstrel? Or is that just another performance persona?
In relation to the gender essentialism imposed by traditional Western religious belief, the very act of subverting something so primal and fixed in society as one's gender role can unleash a creativity that is truly needed by society, like a shamanistic act.
Now that I can get behind.
The Queen will come again, true Thomas. Take her hand, and she'll own you complete. You'll be hers forever. Come home again, never a loving slave crushed under her feet.
but you must hold your tongue, Thomas. Whatever you may hear or see, for if a word you chance to speak, you'll never get back to your own country. He's got a coat of the even cloth, a pair of shoes of velvet green. Until 7 years were past and gone, true Thomas on earth was never seen. Harp and come along with me, Thomas the Rhymer. Harp and come along with me, Thomas the Rhymer.